Okay. We'll continue on where we left off at line 335. We're in Book 5, the Book of Love, Canto III, Satyavan and Savitri. Her gleaming feet upon the green gold sward scattered a memory of wandering beams, and lightly pressed the unspoken desire of earth, cherished in her too brief passing by the soil. Then flitting like pale brilliant moths, her hands took from the sylvan verge's sunlit arms a load of their jewel faces, clustering swarms, companions of the springtime and the breeze, a candid garland set with simple forms. Her rapid fingers taught a flower song, the stanzade movement of a marriage hymn, profound in perfume and immersed in hue. They mixed their yearnings, colored signs, and made the bloom of their purity a passion one, a sacrament of joy and treasuring palms. She brought flower symbol of her offered life. Then with raised hands that trembled a little now, at the very closeness that her soul desired, this bond of sweetness, their bright union sign, she laid on the bosom coveted by her love. As if inclined before some gracious God, who has out of his mist of greatness shone to fill with beauty his adorers' hours, she bowed and touched his feet with worshiping hands. She made her life his world for him to tread, and made her body the room of his delight, her beating heart a remembrancer of bliss. He bent to her and took into his own. They married, yearning joined like folded hopes, as if a whole rich world suddenly possessed. Wedded to all he had been, became himself, an inexhaustible joy made his alone. He gathered all Savitri into his clasps. Around her his embrace became the sign of a locked closeness through slow, intimate years. A first sweet summary of delight to come, one brevity intense of all long life. In a wide moment of two souls that meet, she felt her being flow into him as in waves. A river pours into a mighty sea, as when a soul is merging into God, to live in him forever and know his joy. Her consciousness grew aware of him alone, and all her separate self was lost in his. As a starry heaven encircles happy earth, he shut her into himself in a circle of bliss, and shut the world into himself and her. A boundless isolation made them one. He was aware of her enveloping him, and let her penetrate his very soul, as is a world by the world's spirit filled, as the mortal wakes into eternity, as the finite opens to the infinite. Thus were they in each other lost a while, then drawing back from their long ecstasy's trance, came into a new self in a new world. Each now was a part of the other's unity. The world was but their twin self-finding scene, or their own wedded being's vaster frame on the high glowing cupola of the day. Fate tied a knot with morning's halo threads, while by the ministry of an auspicious hour, heart bound before the sun, their marriage fire, the wedding of eternal Lord and spouse, took place again on earth in human forms. And in a new act of the drama of the world, the united two began a greater age. In the silence and murmur of the emerald world, in the mutter and the priest wind's sacred verse, amid the choral whispering of the leaves, love's twain had joined together and grew one. The natural miracle was wrought once more. The immutable ideal world One human moment was eternal made. Mind blown. This is like the one dream that I had in this lifetime that I shared with someone very special to me. My love, what I think is my twin. We're in separation now, but we shared this dream, being married in the higher realms, in a city of light, or a crystal city. It'll happen. It already has happened. It's happening now. Always. We're all one. Never separated. Then down the narrow path where their lives had met, he led and showed to her her future world, love's refuge and corner of happy solitude. At the path's end, through a green cleft in the trees, she saw a clustering line of hermit roofs, and looked now first on her heart's future home, the thatch that covered the life of Satyavan. Adorned with creepers and red climbing flowers, it seemed a sylvan beauty in her dreams, slumbering with brown body and tumbled hair. In her chambers, inviolate of emerald peace, around it stretched the forest, anchorite mood, lost in the depths of its own solitude. Then, moved by the deep joy she could not speak, a little depth of its quivering in her words, her happy voice cried out to Satyavan, "My heart will stay here on this forest verge, and close to this thatched roof while I am far. Now of more wandering it has no need, but I must haste back to my father's house, which soon will lose one loved, accustomed tread, and listen in vain for a once cherished voice. For soon I shall return, nor ever again. Oneness must sever its recovered bliss. Our fate sunder our lives while life is ours." Once more she mounted on the carven car, and under the ardor of a fiery moon, less bright than the splendor of her thoughts and dreams, she sped swift-reined, swift-hearted, but still saw, and still lucidities of sight's inner world, through the cool scented woods, luxurious gloom, on shadowy paths between great rugged trunks, paced towards a tranquil clearing Satyavan. A nave of trees enshrined the hermit thatch, a new deep covert of her felicity, preferred to heaven her soul's temple and home. This now remained with her, her heart's constant scene. End of Canto III, end of Book 5. Wow. Next is Book 6, the Book of Fate. Wow. I miss my loved one. Canto 1, the World of Fate. We'll continue off there in just a few minutes. Thank y'all for joining me. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Sending healing, love, and light. We're all one. Love always wins. Remember that. Be the change you want to see. And please send your positive thoughts and prayers for me as I go out on my journey, my quest. I'm moving from Houston, my home, my whole life, to a new place, Oregon. I want to follow dreams. I want to do something different. I want to follow my heart. Hopefully, I know it'll work out in Oregon. I'm asking the universe to send me the perfect people, the perfect circumstances to let me finally have a chance to thrive. It's been so hard in Houston. I'm ready for something new. The universe, God, Mother, Goddess has my back, the whole everything. I know this is going to work. I'm leaving my guardian angel, Miss Piggy, my sweet puppy dog here, with my best friend and his puppy dog at their house. It's gonna be very painful. I've not been without her whole life, my whole life. Still had her, but I'll be able to do it because this adventure has to go on, and I'm strong, and I'm doing it for her and me. Finally, I'm doing something for me. My sweet puppy dog will be okay. She'll be happy when I get settled in, get a nice place for us to live, and a good job for me to work so I can provide her with all the things that she wants, mainly food and love. Thank y'all for joining me. I love you. Love and light. I'll talk to y'all soon. Piggy Diddle, give me a kiss. Oh, she give me kisses. Oh, she's so sweet. Yeah, she love me.